Hello, welcome back to another weekly vlog. I have no idea what number we're on. It is Monday. I'm kicking this one off on Monday. Should have kicked it off earlier before I did the activity I'm about to talk about because I am flustered, I am sweaty, but I wanted to kick it off with my face before I showed you what I've been working on. So I think I talked about this. I know I talked about it on Instagram. I don't know if I ever talked about it in a vlog a very long time ago, and I am finally getting around to getting it done, and that is the gallery wall for above our bed. So this is our brand new king size bed. That was like the first thing that was holding me back. Then I got custom frames for two of these, well, three total, but two were the same size. So let me quickly show you, some of these things are upside down now, what we're working with here. These three things were all engagement presents that were given to us. So I had those in our bedroom in New York, just like in a row, like on a column, this like space in our bedroom that was kind of between the door and the closet. So I knew I wanted to include those. And then the other things I knew for sure I wanted to include, there's two paintings, it's upside down, that my grandmother did. My stepdad's mom did, she like paints, that's her like retired hobby. And this is like the view from our wedding venue. Like the venue and all the little cabins we stayed in were back here. And this is the view. So there's this one. And then there's also this one. So I got custom frames for those because they're kind of a funky size. And then our ketubah, which is a Jewish marriage license, if you're not familiar. And then this is the anniversary gift that Sam got me, which is, well, it's the first page and the last page of the sheet music from our proposal, which was a Disney Love Medley acapella, sung acapella. I will leave the video linked if you never got a chance to see it. It was arranged by our friend Charlie, who actually lives here now, so that's super fun. But anyways, Sam got this made for me for our first anniversary. So those were the things I knew I for sure wanted to include. And then I incorporated some other photos of just us. So I've got a wedding photo over here. I've got one Thailand photo there. Ignore Sam's clothes on the floor. I've got one of our engagement photos. I was gonna make this one originally a wedding photo, but I could not find a wedding photo of just the two of us that was horizontal that I liked. Like it just didn't exist. So I made this an engagement photo and I made the wedding photo in vertical. And then there's one more Thailand photo. So what I did was by recommendation of a friend of mine who has an even more extensive gallery wall. And I got this like just brown paper from Michael's and painter's tape. So I cut what I just did that I'm like out of breath doing. And I have I got 5 more minutes to talk about this before my one-on-one call. But I cut rectangles that match all the different sizes of all of these things. And then I'm gonna take painter's tape and I'm gonna tape them up where I want them on the wall. And then that's how I'm gonna be able to know where the nails need to go and all that jazz. Obviously that's not happening till after my call. I was hoping, which I have accomplished, to at least film this clip and tell you about the process before the call. And now I'm gonna go do that, but I thought I would share that with you. I'm really excited to finally have it hung up in here. We did it. Look how good it looks. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love how it turned out. The only thing that is just, it's a small thing and something I can do, is I want to paint this frame. So I got this frame. I just wanted like a neutral frame to fill in that spot. And when I had this all laid out on the floor back in my office, when it was on the wood floor before I had a rug, it looked good against the like dark wood color. But now that it's up against the wall, that frame basically looks like the same color as the wall. And so it doesn't pop and it just looks like a lot of white. Like this one and this one are actually white. This one is supposed to be a different color. So I'm just gonna, I think I have acrylic paint somewhere. If not, I'll run to Michael's, grab some acrylic paint and paint it probably like a blue or a gray or just something so that it pops against it. Maybe that one, those two don't bother me as much. This one, because it's got the white matte, it really bothers me. But otherwise, I think it looks really good. And then the lighting in this room is so weird. We also did these. I haven't gotten photos for them yet. I actually ordered 8 because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do them vertically or horizontally, but I ultimately decided to do 6 horizontal, mostly because the one photo that I know for sure I want, focus on my face please, that I know for sure I want to put in there is the photo from our wedding that has our entire immediate family. So if you've never heard me talk about it, both my husband and I come from divorced households, so we have 8 parents, and then between the two of us, we have 12 siblings. I have 8, he has 3, and then my brother's fiance. So there's a picture from the wedding that has all 22, right? That's the right number. Because we did the video, we did like a video, which I will link if you didn't catch it, having everyone, all of those people guess the sex of the baby. And it ended up being 22 votes total for grandparents and aunts and uncles. So there's a photo of all of those people from the wedding that I love. My skin and my neck look like a different color, right, in this lighting. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I love that photo from our wedding. So I definitely want one of those. And then I think I will do probably one from our maternity shoot from last week. And then the other 4, I will probably wait until we get the newborn photos. And then I will just probably keep one of the newborn and then rotate the other 3, like when we get updated family photos and things. And then ultimately the maternity one might end up being out too. We'll see. But definitely the wedding one. So maybe I'll wait for the maternity photos. She said we should get our like album of options by Friday of this week. And then I get to pick, I forget how many I get to pick, for her to like edit and touch up. And so I think I'll wait until we do that, and then maybe I'll order those too and get those up. But there's gonna be empty photos in there until we get the newborn photos. But at least the frames are up. Look at this cute cat. Hi, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. I just wanted to show how cute you were. You're so cute, and she loves these chairs, and they are covered in her fur. Oh, look at that big stretch. Oh, you good kitty. Something that I wanted to show you last week as part of last week's vlog. Sorry, the fan is on and it's dark in this hallway. Okay, well, we're just gonna walk through the dark hallway until we get into the baby's room. This is about as close as an apartment tour as you're gonna get. Okay, I meant to include this in last week's weekly vlog in both the nursery update as well as like talking about the trip, but this is the one souvenir that I brought home from the trip. Sam grabbed a couple of food things, hot sauce, guava jelly, and I feel like there was something else, but I forgot. And I got these, and I'm so excited because I had been wanting to get coasters anyway for the nightstand since this is wood. And when we have guests and they have drinks, or when I am sitting in this chair and I have a drink, and I wanted to, sorry, I got distracted, Charlie thinks that this chair is her personal scratching post. She has gotten really good about using all of her scratching things and not destroying pretty much everything in this house, like our new apartment, except this chair. So I had to kick her out. Anyways, I wanted 2 so that if I was sitting here and I had like water and coffee, right, I could have 2. And the color is perfect. Like it just goes with everything. And we got it on the baby moon. And so the only thing I wish, there were some that we saw, but I didn't like the design as much that actually said Turks and Caicos. So I do want to add that somewhere. I probably will add it to the back. Some of them had it on the front and it looked really cute. And I'm sure I could write it cute, but I think I'm just going to leave them like this on the front. But I think on the back, just with a Sharpie, I'm going to write like Turks and Caicos Baby Moon 2023. But how cute are those? They're perfect addition to the room. Also, while we're in here, I'll just do a quick scan. This will be the only nursery update of this room for this particular vlog because I don't plan to do anything else in this room by the end of the week. So I'll just do a quick check-in. I mean, there's some more boxes in the corner from things that we've gotten as gifts, but otherwise it's looking the same as it was last week, minus those coasters. I have already filmed this clip once, but the file got corrupted, so here we are filming it again. It is Wednesday, August 2nd. This vlog is definitely extending into more of a weekly vlog. However, it probably is going to be the shortest one of all of these videos. So last week, I knew that I was not likely going to be filming a whole lot because my family was about to arrive. And I almost considered closing out the vlog before they came and just like adding the recap to the following week's vlog, like this upcoming week. But I also knew that this vlog didn't have a whole lot that was a part of it. So I thought, okay, I will wait. When they leave on Sunday, I will do a recap of the weekend and include photos and videos that I took, and that'll be that. I really had high expectations for Sunday Laken because there was no way I was filming a clip on Sunday. By the time they left for the airport at like 4 something, I was very much ready to like crawl into bed and be done and like just relax for the rest of the day. So I thought, okay, I'll put it on Monday's to-do list and I'll film the vlog on Monday. And as my community members saw that week, every day that I posted my planner, because I post my planner like in real time every day, I had closed vlog and upload on Monday's to-do list and then Tuesday's to-do list, and now here we are on Wednesday. Monday, I really just needed one more day to like rest. I did the bare minimum in terms of work, like the calls that I had scheduled. I got like what I needed to get done work-wise, and then I didn't go above and beyond. And then I don't really have a good reason why I didn't do it yesterday. I think I was thinking, well, I'm gonna get ready for the live tomorrow, so I'll just film the clip when I'm a little bit more ready and look a little bit more presentable. And then of course I filmed it earlier today when the lighting was better and that file got corrupted. So here we are again. We're gonna do a quick recap of, I say quick, the last clip was like 11 minutes. We'll see how long this one ends up. But I'm gonna do a quick recap of our weekend with our family and our shower and all of those things and pop up some photos and videos along the way. So my dad and stepmom were the first ones to arrive. They flew in on a Thursday evening, Thursday afternoon / evening, and we just went to dinner with them. But it was good. It was really nice to catch up with them. We hadn't seen them in person since Thanksgiving, so it was really nice to just have time, the four of us, and just chat and catch up. And that was like the kickstart to the whole weekend. And then Friday was awesome. I have explained in a vlog before, if you haven't heard me talk about it, that my mom and stepdad, which are my parents that live here in Chicago, have a boat, essentially a timeshare. It's a little bit more complicated than that. I'm not gonna go into it in this video, but they get to pick dates in advance. And once we had picked this date for the shower, which we picked before the boat date choices happened, I asked my mom, I was like, if I can have a say in one boat date for the summer, it is Friday the 28th when my dad and stepmom are here so that we can take them on the boat and do boat things. And so we got that date and the weather was absolutely perfect. None of my siblings ended up being available to go on the boat. Sometimes they will take time off of work for boat days that are during the week, but they all had to end up working. And so it was just Sam, my husband, and I, my mom and stepdad who have the boat, and then my dad and stepmom who were visiting. Yes, I am very aware at how very, very lucky and thankful. I'm so thankful that my parents not only get along as divorced parents, but actually seem to enjoy spending time together, at least enjoy spending time with each other's spouses. I took this really cute photo of my mom, my stepmom are like up at the front of the boat chatting, and my stepdad's driving, and then my dad's like standing next to him talking to him, and it's just like, oh, it's the best. It is absolutely the best. Like if there's a spectrum of like divorced households and like one end is like they can't even be in the same room, which I completely feel for those people. I have close friends and other family members in my life who struggle with that, and I know that it's really, really tough. And then I feel like a lot of divorced parents live in the middle, right? Like they are civil around their kids when it's a big moment. They sit together at graduation, right? Weddings, they do what they need to do for the sake of the kids. And you got my parents that are on the other end of the spectrum that like enjoy spending time together. So we spent the day on the boat. When we have the boat during the day, we have it from like a daytime slot. There's a daytime and evening slot. I don't remember if I've explained that before. We have it from 9 to 4. So we try to get on pretty quickly. Like we tried to get up and get moving. And so we started with like, we called it my mom's version of the architecture tour. I feel like I may have mentioned this somewhere. I feel like I remember talking about it. If you're visiting Chicago, the #1 thing we recommend for people is the architecture boat tour on the river. There's actually multiple of them. They're all great, highly recommend. And so over the years, as people have visited, my mom has done it a number of times, and my parents have done it before too when they have visited. So this one we called like the mom version, my mom's version of it. So we, drove through the river, and my mom pointed out architecture and things, and we just chatted, and like, but it wasn't quite hot enough yet that we wanted to like get in the water anyway. So it was kind of just like a nice boat ride. And then by the time we were done with that, it was starting to get warm, so we went and like anchored in this little area on Lake Michigan called the Playpen, which is where all the boats like anchor and people get off their boats and get in the water. We had some lunch, we got in the water, we floated, we chatted, they drank, I had lots of water, and it was just a really, really awesome day. Like it was definitely, I mean, the shower was the highlight, but like that was definitely a close second. Then by the time we got off the boat, my grandparents had arrived, my grandfather and his girlfriend. And so we went to dinner with them on Friday night. Then Saturday was the shower, and it was wonderful. I don't know how long I've thought about like my baby shower. Obviously I've known I wanted to be a mom for a very long time. So baby shower kind of just comes with that. But I have known for a long time that I wanted a co-ed shower. Both of us are becoming parents. both of us should be there, as well as like all of our grandparents. Like I wanted my dad there. I wanted my brothers there. Like everybody that was being involved or that is going to be involved in this baby's life, like I wanted them there to celebrate regardless of whether they were male or female. So we were kind of my mom and I were kind of planning out what the guest list was gonna look like. Obviously we have friends here in Chicago and family, but we have a lot of friends and family that don't live here. And so we didn't expect that people were going to travel. And we actually did have a couple people like drive in, but for the most part, it was people that lived here except for our parents did fly up from Texas, so all the grandparents were there. But we were kind of mapping out how many people we thought it was gonna be, and we were like, we can totally just do this at my mom's apartment. There's no need to rent out a space. So my mom has this beautiful big new apartment, so let's just do it there. She did decide to get it catered so she didn't have to worry about the food. We ended up going with a brunch theme, since breakfast / brunch is like the only food group that has sounded good this entire pregnancy. So we went with a brunch theme, and we had a mimosa bar, which was super fun. My mom actually got this cute sign that said Mom-mosa bar. Very fun. The whole, like all the food and drink was perfect. We went with the theme of like our greatest adventure, which apparently is a very common baby shower theme. In my mind, it was like, let's do the same theme for the shower that we're doing for the nursery, so that if there's any overlap in terms of decor, whatever, we can use it in both places. We didn't really end up doing that though, because we kind of went with a different color. You've seen the nursery. The nursery is teal as the primary color, like additional color, although there's definitely, I've added some rainbow to it since I've started actually putting it together. Whereas my mom went all out with the pink for the shower. So, because this shower actually is for our little girl. But it was still like adventure travel themed, like there were cupcake wrappers and those kinds of things. And then we also decorated with a lot of baby photos of Sam and I, which were so fun to go through, both my photos, and then I had his mom send me like 10 of her favorite photos, and then I got them printed and put those all up in frames all over the apartment. And then my favorite part of the decor was the clothes. I don't know where I saw this, on Instagram or somewhere. Somebody had decorated for their baby shower by hanging up baby clothes throughout the space. And I was like, okay, that's perfect, because then you're not spending any additional money. I mean, we did buy twine and clothespins to hang them up, but like we had all the clothes, and the clothes were so cute. All of our clothes are so cute. We ended up with we didn't use all of the clothes that we had picked out, like our favorites, my mom and I definitely helped with the shower. My mom did 90% of the work. My contribution was more of like they gave us the options for the catering, and she had me pick the clothes to hang up, the pictures, I did that, whatever. I tasted cupcakes to pick a flavor, like those kinds of things. Anyways, we picked out clothes, and we picked out way more than we ended up having space for, but that was like my favorite piece of the decor. So highly recommend, if you're having a baby shower, if you're hosting a baby shower, decorate with clothes, because by the time the shower is happening, my guess is the mom to be or the grandparents to be have already bought lots of clothes for this little one. And then we just kind of hung out. It was more of a like chill, hangout, chat kind of party, as opposed to like a bunch of structured games and stuff. We didn't open gifts. That was one thing I knew I didn't want to do, was like open gifts in front of everyone. In terms of activities, I did have a picture frame for everyone to sign. So I had everyone who was there sign a little note on the mat. That's what it's called, right? Between the frame and the photo. Originally, I was gonna put a maternity photo in there, but I'm thinking I might put the photo of us with our parents from the shower. I talked about my divorced parents earlier. Sam's parents are also divorced and remarried, so we have 8 parents total between the 2 of us. So we have a beautiful picture from the shower that's all 10 of us. That's the one that I'm kind of leaning towards putting it's going in the nursery, like it was a teal frame. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what I end up going with. And then we had everybody fill out, my mom found these and picked them out, and I'll leave them linked down below. It's from Amazon. These little like onesies, like cards, like that were shaped like onesies. And it had like guessing, hair color, eye color, date of birth, weight, length. And then it said, I hope you get mom's blank, I hope you get dad's blank, and then like advice for the new parents. And we haven't read through them yet. And then we had another little card to fill out that was like a bunch of questions, and it said mom or dad, and you were supposed to pick what you thought. And then that is the one like activity we did. So I really wanted to play this game with Sam, just because we have never had a chance to do it, because we didn't have any kind of couple, anything related to our engagement or our wedding. Like we didn't have an engagement party or a couple shower. So there really wasn't an opportunity to do this unless we wanted to try and squeeze it into the actual wedding, which there was not time for that. But it's that game where you like sit back to back with somebody and you each have one of your shoe and one of the other person's shoe, and then somebody says a question and you raise your shoe on who is the answer. So we had everybody guess on their little cards, and then they read the questions out loud and we raised our shoes. And some of them are like a blatant answer, like there's no chance. It's like, who was the bigger baby at birth? And then some of them were like, there was a little bit of a debate. We would put different things and then we would kind of like try to argue our side until one of us was like, okay, fine, you're right. And then let that be the answer. And the answer, I mean, for us, it didn't really matter. It was more about other people. But it was fun. I had a lot of fun. It was like the one thing that we gathered everybody for. And I think it ended up being my dad and his dad tied for the most correct answers. Nobody got a perfect score, but they got close. The parents duked it out. One of the questions was, who was the pickier eater? And truthfully, neither of us as babies, now it's probably more me, which is why we ended up going with Sam as the answer. But as babies, neither of us were really picky, but like, that's kind of like, neither one of us was an obvious picky eater that made that one easy. So like our parents were not fighting about it, but you know what I mean? Our parents were like, no, mine's not, whatever. Anyway, it was really fun. The shower was wonderful. We got to see so many people that came out and celebrated a baby girl, and it just was absolutely wonderful. And then Saturday night, we went out to dinner. I don't know what energy I had that kept me going. I thought I was gonna get a nap in between the shower and dinner, and that did not happen. I barely had time to go home and change. The whole weekend felt like, it was like almost as if we were out of town, because we only came home to our apartment to like change and sleep. Otherwise we were going. That is why I was so exhausted at the end of it. But we went out to dinner with basically everybody that was in from out of town. So our parents, my grandparents, etc. And then we went to a piano bar that we love, which was also really fun. Again, I can't believe I made it as late as I did, but finally I was like, y'all, normally I'm not the first person to go home. I wasn't the first person to go home, but I was like, I cannot anymore. I'm tired and I need to go home. But it was a lot of fun. And then on Sunday, the weekend's not even over yet. And then on Sunday, okay, so Sunday was a lot more chill, but it was still like spending time with my family because my dad and my stepmom didn't leave until the afternoon evening. So what we did was we spent a lot of the day like touring neighborhoods, driving around and walking around. My parents are not moving here. That's not happening. But they do want to spend a little bit more time here, obviously, as they're about to have a grandchild, especially as their kids get older. So they still have kids at home right now. My brothers, one is a senior in high school and the twins are freshmen. Oh my gosh. Not quite as I'm filming this, but by the time you're seeing it, they are freshmen in high school, which is bananas to me because they were born my senior year of high school. Anyway, so they're still at home. But my parents do have a flexible work schedule. And so as the boys get older and go off to college and do their own things, my parents are like, we'll probably spend more time there. So they are potentially interested in buying a place, partially for them, partially for an investment. And so we kind of toured neighborhoods so that they could get a better feel for like the Chicago neighborhoods. They have obviously visited before when I lived here during high school. I say obviously a lot when sometimes I'm like, that's probably not obvious. And someone is probably like, what are you talking about? My parents have been to Chicago before, but they haven't really explored a lot of neighborhoods, especially up here kind of on the northern side where me and my mom, my siblings live. Now that my mom has lived in the city for 5 years, she's got a much better sense of all of the neighborhoods and what their vibe is like. And so she was able to kind of take them around and be like, this is what this neighborhood is like, etc. So that is what we did on Sunday. And then I just wanted to crash, but it was an absolutely wonderful weekend. Like I cannot complain in the slightest. And we got our maternity photos back. I think I'm gonna include that in the next vlog though, because this vlog I want it to be about the shower. In the next vlog I'll talk about the photos. Yeah. Anyway, it was wonderful and I am very thankful for all of our friends and family who helped celebrate with us. And now it is crunch time. For work, I actually decided instead of like planning out August and then pseudo planning out September, I actually did like a 7-week plan instead of a monthly August plan. That's like the 7 weeks till the day that I don't plan to work anymore, which is like a week before the due date. So I did that and all of the other personal baby household things that I want to get done before she gets here. It's just time. It's time to get all those. There will be a big nursery update in the next vlog too, because we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff, and it is a disaster right now. And my mom helped me like open up everything the other day. We got like everything out of the boxes, and we got the boxes out of there, and got all the packaging and stuff out. But I mean, I haven't organized it at all. So there's still a lot to be done in the nursery. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. I know this vlog wasn't a whole lot, except a couple days last week, and then this very long recap, but that's what this week looked like. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. Just with a sharp, is the architecture, wow, I can't talk. Need a sip of water. What was I saying?